Hey there, United students. Pastor Logan here, bringing you our study of James chapter 4. For this week, we are going to look at the first 10 verses of chapter 4, and they are talking about the divided heart. When I was a kid, there was this movie I used to love to watch, and I'm sure you know more about it, but it's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, right? And I'm talking about the OG, the original, like 1971 version. And there's one character that I think epitomizes chapter 4 of James, and that's the Veruca Salt. She's the one that says, "I want it now," and she demands things all the time, right? And it gets her in trouble in the movie. But I just always remember being like, "Oh, that girl is annoying," right? And she's kind of whiny and just demanding things of her parents all the time, and they're trying to do it for her because they think they love her, and they think that's how they show love. But really, James is kind of talking about the Veruca Salt in all of our hearts, right? That we have this divided heart, that we covet things, we covet whether it's possessions or people or situations on our time, on our schedule, and we are willing to, it kind of can poison our hearts in a way. And this is referring to Matthew 6:24. Remember, James, Jesus' brother, he's referring to his brother all the time. And in that chapter, we see where Jesus says, you can't serve two masters, right? And so whether we can love like possessions and things of this world, or we can trust in God, right? And you can't do both. You can't be 50-50. It's either you're all in or you're all out. And so he's kind of, again, referring to that. And these first 10 verses talk about that. So there's a couple things I want you in your small groups to talk about and reflect on. In verse 6, it says, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. Right? And that's a famous verse that you'll hear a lot of time if you're on church. But I want you to chew on that one for a little bit. What do you guys think that means? And what clues for context might be earlier in the chapter? And again, remember, this is James all together, right? So the whole book kind of flows together. Don't just take one verse and try to apply it to everything, but think about, what has James been saying? What are we talking about, right? Why would God oppose the proud but gives grace to the humble? What does that mean for us? 7 and 8 talk about submitting ourselves to God and drawing near to God. Again, I want you to think about, what does it mean to submit your life to God, and what does it mean to draw near to Him, right? And the last thing I want to think about before you close your time is really, when we're at peace with ourselves, when we know who we are and who we are based on our identity in Jesus, how much we are loved because He first loved us. When we're at peace with ourselves, we're at peace with others. It's the biggest thing I want you all to take away. And we can only be at peace ourselves when we know truly who we are and whose we are, which is sons and daughters of Jesus. So once you guys have a conversation around that, what does it mean to be at peace with one another? What is that connection with ourselves? If I'm at peace with my own heart, can I be at peace with others? So really chew on 6, 7, 8. Those are some really good verses there. Begin to reveal, hey, where is that divided heart in you? But love you guys. Really proud of you guys. Keep chipping away at this. I know it's a long semester, difficult time, but I'm really proud of all that God's doing in your hearts. We'll see you soon.